Did you guys ever log into Gloria Victis and just wanted to burn everything? And I mean like everything, walls, doors, everything? Well, in this video I'm gonna teach you about the torch and tell you everything you want to know about the torch and burning stuff to the ground. So let's get started. Now the first thing is that there are two type of torches. There's the normal torch, the yellow, red one, whatever, and there's a second one that's the Flame of Fate. That one has more damage and can well, it does more damage, to be honest. That's about it. You can throw both of them and both of them do bludgeoning damage, whatever. It's like a mace basically. It hits hard against heavy armor. Now, if you want the normal torch, and I highly recommend you getting the normal torch, you want to go to the excavation merchant and go to weapons. It will sell you a torch. The excavation merchant guy can be found in all capital cities, I believe. I'm Sangmar, I'm not Midlanders or Eastlanders or whatever the hell the Viking nation is called, but what you should look for, it's on the map. Excavation Overseer, I guess is the name, the official name, not a made up name, of course. You can find him easily by just finding this spot on your capital city with people digging in. I can probably make a video about shoveling now that I think about it. It's actually pretty bad for actually doing, but you can do it overnight and it's not that terrible, I guess. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, I'm getting sidetracked a little bit here, so let's get back to it. So yeah, that's where you get the normal torch, the red one, but you can also get the blue one that I was talking about from the Glory Merchant. This one is a bit more expensive and more for advanced players, but as I said before, it does more damage, so it sets things on fire a bit faster, which is pretty useful, I guess, even though the damage is not that big of a difference, to be honest. I'm using a +3 one for some reason because I looted it off some mobs, but you can get it for glory, so no, not glory, contribution, sorry. The glory quartermaster, he has a torch like that, but I do not recommend you do this. It's simply better if you just get it from the market. A lot of people are selling it. It's gonna be like 10 silver, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, the market is not very fast. Okay, so 11 silver for the cheapest one. You can get a plus whatever one. Sometimes they drop from mobs as well. Like, I think I got mine from opening a chest. So you can open chests and get them by chance or just buy it from the market. In my opinion, I would never pay more than, like, let's say 15 silver for this. But in my opinion, it's worth to take this over the normal one if you're not a new player and you... or, of course, if you just use it in the safe zone and you don't go to the lose zone and not lose it, you know? The main use of the torch is just hitting doors with it and setting them on fire. You will see as you hit the door or anything else made out of wood, to be honest, you will see a fire appearing in the middle of your screen on top of some wood. That shows you how much fire and how bad it is burning. You want to max out the fire you put on something just so it does maximum damage by doing this. This is the main way of using the torch, but however you can also set walls on fire, and this is a bit more complicated and takes a little more time. However, it's very useful if you want to just take down a castle entirely and you want to burn it down to the ground. All wooden walls can be burned down. Depending on how big the wall is or like what level it is, it will take less or longer time to actually set it on fire. For example, the palisades are the fastest to be set on fire and they also have the least HP. It's the same thing with the battery RAM, of course. So basically you want to start with this if you're actually trying to burn down an entire castle. You can definitely do it alone. You could use some friends and that would be making everything a little bit faster, you know. But for example, like this weak wooden wall, it takes a little longer to actually set up on fire. And you should also be aware of the fact that as with the doors, you just want to set the thing on fire to the maximum, and that way will guarantee that you will at least keep the fire burning if people are not putting it out. Speaking of putting it out, however, you can actually put out fires if you have buckets of water. You get buckets of water by going to a well and pressing E on it, and then you get it in your inventory after the little mini game. Then you can put it on your action bar for quick access and, you know, for a good time. And that way you can use the buckets from your action bar to throw it at the fire. Like, for example, if I'm trying to extinguish this door, it will take a few buckets of water and it will lose the fire that's on it. It's a really cool concept in my opinion. I think the developers did a really good job with this system, because you can be useful during a siege, and that way. Also, I want you guys to actually remember to always have a bucket of water. It really helps when you put out fires. Like, for example, if we are fighting at a door or so on, it's really helpful. So like the door doesn't take constant damage. The fire damage is obviously constant, and if you are fighting at a door that's on fire, it's gonna eventually lose the door. So you want to always have the buckets in your inventory. This might help you quite a bit in winning fights, and honestly it's very useful in my opinion. Now, the gates that cannot be set on fire are the portcullises, I guess you call them, whatever you want to call them. As long you hit it, it doesn't matter. You actually cannot set them on fire. They are just like this. You cannot set them on fire. You can still break them with a normal axe or whatever, or like a battering ram like a normal person, but you cannot actually set them on fire, which kind of sucks. Now, one more thing that a lot of people, a lot of new players actually don't know about is about the catapults. You can use a catapult to set things on fire. But how do you do that? A lot of people don't know, because the game doesn't actually tell you. You go into a catapult and you press the jump keybind. So it's space by default. I use Z because I have different keybinds, and it will shoot you a boulder. Like, it will shoot a boulder with fire. Wherever the boulder actually lands, it will be where it's gonna put a fire, AoE fire actually, and it will burn the enemies that are in the way, also setting on fire the walls if they hit. So it's a very useful way to deal with people holding doors and such. So yeah, catapults are actually not that bad, boys. You can actually get them out. Please get catapults out so we can actually kill people, you know. Let's do it, huh? How about that? One more thing you can actually set on fire and people didn't know about it, or most people don't know about it and they don't do it, is these farms. In a lot of villages, or like spread across the map, you see these farms. They can actually be set on fire, and if you set them on fire, I believe the owners, the new owners, whatever, will have to rebuild them. You cannot set on fire these normal buildings. Basically, you want to be looking for the building with a HP bar. Those are the ones that you can actually set on fire, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, and one more thing I forgot about this. Bastion doors, like in minor bastions or like at farms or whatever you want to call them, they cannot be set on fire. Yeah, you can hit them, you do pretty good damage with the torch on them, but you cannot set them on fire, which kind of sucks, but you should definitely keep that in mind. That's gonna be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will do another video if you get me 6 likes on the video. Yeah, I like that. I think 6 is a fair number. And one more thing, you should probably expect a PvP video using only the torch. It's gonna be coming out maybe tomorrow if you actually get me those 6 likes on the video. Thank you again. See you later. Kiss kiss. Bye bye.